Well, tonight on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, the other day we had covered, this woman that was on TikTok who just screaming and yelling and, telling us to vote, just being a straight Democrat shill. But on top of Democrat shills, you have those who are really just brainwashed by the Democrat Party. So I was just kind of, browsing, on our Facebook page, and there was some comments that I want to highlight here by a woman, and this woman represents unfortunately, certain amount in our population that talks about the Democrat Party. So of course this woman is not, pleased with me at all. So that we will go ahead and put this up and let's go on and look at this, let this be a teaching moment on when people are saying certain things with their mindsets. Chanel here says, why do we talk about the Democrat Party? Well, we talk about the Democrat Party, Chanel, because the Democrat Party is the one that's doing certain things to us, Chanel, okay? We vote 80 to sometimes 90+% Democrat. So that's why we have to talk about the Democrat Party. We can't talk about Republicans because we don't vote for them like that, 90+%. She says, when was the last time Republicans cared about black people? I don't know. We haven't invested anything into Republicans to even worry about what they think about black people. We have invested a lot of our time. We've invested a lot of our votes. We have shamed people in our community for not voting Democrat. We have shamed people for not voting at all. We will stop speaking to family members in this community if they don't vote Democrat. I mean, our investment as a community has proven to be Democrat. So Republicans has nothing to do with it. Why is it that when Democrats are being held accountable, Chanel and others, why when they're being held accountable, you mention Republicans? Why? Why do they come up in the mix? You never have an answer for the accountability that people are holding to the Democrat Party. You can't deflect to Republicans. It don't work. She continues to say they don't even want black people to vote. Okay, let's say some of them don't want us to vote. So, and haven't stopped me from getting a voter registration card. Haven't stopped me from voting at all. There's a lot of people who don't want black people to not only vote, they don't want black people to be successful. They don't want black people to be educated. They don't want black people to live good, dress good, travel. There's a lot of things they don't want black people to do in this country. Has that stopped us at any given time? Hell no. So what is that supposed to mean? They don't even want black people to vote. I don't care what they want. I'm going to do what I got to do. Now, you said the Democrat Party can't do anything if people don't keep voting and stay persistent to where we can make a real difference. It's not going to happen overnight, and the Republicans aren't voting for anything we want. So why is this rocket science? Chanel, we have been voting constantly in every election for the past, 50, 60 years? We have stayed persistent by voting 80 to 90% Democrat. And it has not made a difference, Chanel. You say it's not going to happen overnight. We have been voting over half a century. Think about this. How much longer it's going to take, Chanel? We've been voting over half a century. And then once again, you're mentioning Republicans. We have been voting for them over half a century, Chanel. She's saying this type of rhetoric is irresponsible. Why is it irresponsible, Chanel? Why? When we discuss things here, we show and prove here. We show clips. We show articles. We show everything that Democrats are doing and not doing. She says we are the Democrats. And that's been the problem. That's been a problem. And in the beginning, what strikes me, and I go back to that, when you say, why do we talk about the Democrat Party like it's not our party? Our. Well, in Chicago, and let me get back on camera for this one. If the Democrat Party was our party, Chanel, then In Chicago, they wouldn't have to file a restraining order and go to court to stop Democrat Mayor Brandon Johnson from putting migrants in their Mudson Park Fieldhouse. If the Democrat Party was our party, he would have heard what black people had to say, and that would have been the end of it. If the Democrat Party was our party, we would have got reparations already. We would have got that. If the Democrat Party was our party, qualified immunity for the police would have been ended a long time ago. If the Democrat Party was our party, we'll be getting all kind of grants and loans to build up our communities. We were getting so much investment in our communities where we don't have food deserts anymore. We would have nice gyms and Whole Foods and farmers markets, and our black farmers will be getting money, no different than the white ones, right? Because even when we get a Democrat president, our people still suffer. They're still oppressed. If it was truly our party and then the Republican Party is against us, but hey, the Democrats is our party. Black people have no control or say so in the Democrat Party. So how is Democrats our party? I've heard that before. Well, the Democrat Party is our party. Well, if that party is our party, man, why I want to be a part of that? A party don't do nothing for me, but that's my party? We talk about reparations. All black Americans need reparations. All. And they don't even support reparations, but it's supposed to be our party. So no, you can miss me with that our party crap. But we supposed to go and do for the Democrats. No, what we are for the Democrats is a big base of voters who they don't have to do nothing for. And they even get hostile when we even ask them to do something. That's what we are, and that's who we are to them. That you need to understand. So this our party crap, no, it said we are Democrats. I ain't no Democrat. I hope not all of you say we are Democrats. Why would I be a Democrat at this stage of the game? Why? It's embarrassing. They do for everybody else that don't even vote for them. Ukraine didn't vote for them. Migrants didn't vote for them. Nobody voted for them. I guess they Democrats too, because they getting all the resources. You see, say, stop talking like we are outsiders. We keep voting and running, and we'll get what we want. It's that simple. Duh. The migrants didn't vote, and they didn't have to run. And they're getting everything that we talk about we need, resources, right? So it's not that simple, duh. It's not that simple. Ukrainians didn't have to vote for over 50 years, a half a century. They didn't have to run, and yet they're getting what we want, resources. You got Israel and Palestine going on right now. Resources going to that. When Black America been saying they need resources like forever. But then Earl backs up here and says Democrats brainwash you because you see a few people in their party that look like you. Yeah, some people still own that. Unfortunately, Earl is right by that. Chanel responds, I bet you thought you prove a point, huh? Tell me what's your solution. Oh, here we go. What's the solution, people? Anybody that tell you online what's the solution, they're just saying that to you to gaslight you, because they're not going to take anything you say and apply it, no matter how logical it is, no matter how factual it is, no matter if you give them a library of evidence to something that supports whatever you're telling them, they're not going to take your solution. So what I've learned over time is don't even waste your time with that. What's the solution? Because all it's going to be is a circular argument, and you're casting your pearls before swine. Now, she said, rhetoric with no solution is foolery at its finest. Every time we talk, we give a solution, but people like her will never listen to it. Not voting is definitely not the answer. So enlighten me, please. I'm far more ready to infiltrate a system than to sit back and do nothing. I'm open to your suggestions, so let's hear them. She's not open to your suggestions at all. She's going to continue to believe. Remember, she said that the Democrats are our party and we are the Democrats. When somebody say that, I can't help you. I can't help you, and I wouldn't expect none of y'all to waste your time trying to get with that person either. Now, on the next one here, Loretta said this is misleading, and I guess it meant to say a lie. Said there is no American that is a can't. I guess can't vote. I guess she's saying that there is no American that can't get voter ID, and it's free. Sadly, it's people like you that hurts elections. Yeah, because when they have laws that say voter ID, right? The majority of black people I know, and probably the majority of black people you know, got a driver's license. If you don't have a driver's license, you can get a state ID. Or you can get a passport. That's an ID. And people like that are the ones say that voter ID laws are racist because black people can't get ID. Like, really? When you go to DMV, you see black people all the freaking time. What you mean we can't get an ID? Now they continue here. They say, Earl says, look, the media have you brainwashed. And when I get through you, they say, we'll see. It said Joe Biden and the Democrats have immigrants staying in hotels. That's true. While black Americans sleep outside. That's true too. So look at Chicago and New York. They put a few black women in power to make you think is okay. Black women is 30.9% in poverty. It said, why would you give them that vote? It says, shame, shame, shame on you. Trump gave HBCUs $270 million a year. He also done criminal reforms. And whether you like him or not, that's a fact. So Democrats started slavery in the KKK and burned down, it said, Black Wall Street. And there was never a switch. It said they gave money to everyone but black people, and you still vote for them. It say, how frustrating. You said 10,000 weave / Harris House black women own. I guess they talking about going that route. Okay, yeah, and black women aren't getting money for their businesses whatsoever. They're not. There's no reason that the Asian community owns the black hair care industry. It doesn't make sense. Now, Chanel comes in and say, again, not a solution in sight. Just vote for the white supremacists. Okay, I'm brainwashed, LOL. Say this. There are people within our community that's just lost to the Democrats. Don't waste your time. I've learned not to waste my time when they, like I said, a telltale sign is when they say, what's the solution? Another telltale sign is, well, the Republicans are white supremacists. Like, okay, which Republican are you talking about? Which one? What did they say? Because some of them do identify as actual white supremacists. So I want to know which one you're talking about, right? But you say that I'm not going to vote for them because they're racist, but yet Democrats are racist. They literally show more anti-black racism to me than the Republicans do. When the Democrats give everybody everything, when they talk about us with a wealth gap. How many times have Biden mentioned the wealth gap in the black community? Yet he's not trying to close the wealth gap in the black community at all. Remember before he got elected, or when he became president-elect, he told even the civil rights bootlicks that y'all gonna have to work with the Hispanics because more of them have more of them in this country by raw numbers is more of them than y'all. So why are you telling black Americans they got to work with Hispanics? Why? Because it was his plan to open up the floodgates and flood this country with them. Flood this country so much that I guess they're going to drown us out politically. And so I guess they're going to drown us out politically. So we have to go work with them to get anything out of Democrats at that point. I guess they would have to be the new buffer between black people and the Democrats, the Hispanic community. I guess that was the overall plan, which that plan is not going to work because Hispanics are going to go and vote Republican. Traditionally, Hispanics vote more Republican, but they're going to find out the hard way. And then if you look at the numbers, yes, black people are dissatisfied right now with Biden, but Hispanics view Biden right now worse than black people do. Actually, black people still have a higher approval rating for Biden than the Hispanics. But yet he's going to, I would say even all the things that he's done just in the past week and a half really pissed off a lot of people. Now, I'm not going to go into that because we on YouTube. So you already halfway kind of know what it's about. Well, what he's siding with, what he's doubling and tripling down on in support of. People got pissed off with that too, right? Those of you who are Democrats and all the moves Biden is making in the past week or so, you cool with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, be careful of making allegiance to parties. You don't make no allegiance to nobody party. Say, look, I'm not no Democrat. I'm not no Republican. I'm independent. I'm politically independent. That's my party, independent. I'm a black person who is independent, and independence is beautiful because I don't have to vote this way. I don't have to vote that way. I don't even have to vote at all. It's like me. I worked for people for many, many years. My last career I was in, I worked 22 years in that particular career. I was working for company, right? I had to follow their rules. I had to show up at this time, leave at that time, ask how I go on vacation, do whatever. Now I'm independent and I'm free. I don't have to go ask another person to take vacation. I take vacation whenever I get good and ready. I don't have to show up for work at this time and leave at that time. I show up for work when I want to. I work as long as I want. I don't have to work at all. If I want a day off, I take a day off, right? If I want to work every day, I can work every day. That's the difference when you are independent. You understand what I'm saying? Independence is freedom. Being a Democrat, you follow underneath their rules, they structure, and then they don't even treat you right in the Democrat Party. If you're Republican, you're following their rules, their structure. When you're independent, I don't follow nobody's rules. I don't follow nobody's structure. I'm only going to look at what you're offering, and then I'm going to go vote based off of what you're offering for me and my community. I don't have to side with nothing you got going on. I'm looking at, and if we are looking at certain issues, then we focus on that. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of people in our community who are just like Chanel here, and some of them are younger too. But I will say this. There's not a lot of young people that think like Chanel, because some young people just not even engaged in politics. You know, you got a few that's kind of brainwashed by the older people, but that's so far and few in between. That's not the norm whatsoever. What we're trying to deal with is the fear that's in our community to get away from the Democrats and get our people in the political independence. That's what we have, because see, Democrats are literally a plantation of nothingness. You will work for the Democrats, you will stomp for them, but you will get nothing. You will get some token positions. Because they say, oh, the Democrats gave a first black woman Supreme Court justice. And how did that benefit the black community? What ruling has she put in that benefited us? She's not up. When has she ever say, I'm so pro-black, I love my people, and I'm going to do this at the Supreme Court. And even if I can't do something, I'm about to go out there with certain, my dissents. I'm going to be speaking for the people. I'm going to do, no. We got Kamala. Kamala don't know if she black one week, she Asian the next. She don't know what she is. She jumps in and out. And I'm sorry. If you think you're going to jump in and out of blackness, I look at you as just not really black like that. Either you all in or you all out. Well, she's both. Either you're all in or you're all out. Because I met people who are so-called both, and they make a decision. They say, wait a minute. In America, I'm not looked at as no doggone Asian. I'm looked at as a black woman. That's what I am. I'm black. Yeah, I love my mama, my Asian mama. I love her to death, but I'm black at the end of the day. And if your Asian mama or Indian mama knew the country she living in, understood that, she's like, no, I get it. You got to, identify as a black woman. Yeah, we can have all the traditions we want in this family, but you treat as a black woman. But see, that hopping in and out of blackness, we can't do that. Either you're all in or all out. Look, when it comes to, let's say, the U.S. military, the U.S. military is not going to let a soldier say, 1 minute they support America, but the next minute they support another country. And the next minute they support America, but the next minute they support a country. No, the American military going like, no, you all in for America, or you're not going to be in here. You gotta move around, because we don't know if you're going to betray us as in America for the other side. You understand what I'm saying? So if the U.S. military wouldn't let somebody say 1 minute they for America, 1 minute for another country, well, then the black America got to say, no, either you all in or you're all out. You can't help who your parents are. You can't. So I'm not faulting you for your parents, but in this country, at least in this country, you're going to have to be either team black America or wherever else you want to be. Anybody that's trying to hop in and out, in and out, in and out. No, you can't do that. We can't trust you with anything. Not at all. But we're going to keep looking at these things, ladies and gentlemen, as they come down the pipe, so the videos, comments, whatever the case may be, because, people going to be coming out the woodwork. Look at the comments. Some of them going to be just crazy coming out up into this election, because they some people are so invested in keeping you, right there with the Democrats like that. The Democrats want to keep you in the palm of their hand, but a lot of you have just got slapped that hand away. You don't want nothing to do with it. You're politically independent. You're starting to see the light, and the Democrats are slowly starting to feel it. But I think, this year, for the tide I'm seeing, the Democrats going to be so shocked. They're going to be like, what happened?